Hello, welcome to the MeetRx Success Story Podcast. I'm Coach Tracy, and I'm here today with another coach. His name is Botond, and we're going to hear his story, his success story. Hello, Botond.
Hi, how are you? How is everyone?
Oh, doing great. And I wanted to thank you for coming and to share your story. And can you begin by telling me what was life like, your health conditions, and the foods that you ate prior to coming to Carnivore?
Yeah, so basically we took most my adult life I was overweight or morbidly obese, that sort of thing. And I tried every other diet and went to doctors, and there was always the same answer. You have to have willpower and you have to limit your calories, which, it goes to a certain extent, like willpower 2-3 weeks, and then you just throw in the towel and eat a lot of cookies or at least that's what I was doing. And it makes you very self-aware, like walking around with extra 30-40 kilos. And at the end of 2017, we went to a Christmas getaway, and by the time we finished with that and came back, I couldn't really put my pants on that I went with. So I said, okay, that's it. Something needs to change. And I started to research stuff, but I didn't know anything about diets. So I just went on the UK NHS, which is the National Health Service website, and there was this NHS approved shakes and bars diet. So I said, okay, let's do that. And because they were advertising it like a ketogenic kind of very low carb, very low calorie diet. So I went on that and lost about 30 kilos. But the issue was that as soon as I stopped, the weight kept creeping back and back and back. And I started to research this ketogenic diet thing. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos, read about like 6 or 7 books about it. And I started doing it, and my weight just leveled off, like literally. And with that, so basically prior to this, I ate all the wrong things, like vegetable oils, pizzas, pastas, you name it. I ate 6, 7, 8 times a day. Like I was eating lunch, and an hour and a half later, I was already hungry. So I had to go into the cupboard and get something. And every time we went for a hike, like first 5 minutes, I was out of breath, and I was just wanted it to end, like literally, not go anywhere, not do anything. I had severe hay fever, which I took every day a pill for it, because otherwise I just couldn't function. I had high blood pressure. I always felt bloated, lethargic, tired all the time. My sleep was not as good as now, and my teeth were constantly decaying, which was very, very like annoying. Like even if the one thing you do on a carnivore diet, and if you go on it, like it saves you a lot of money with the dentist, that's for sure. So and all that, with the extra weight, I had the joint pains, and so it wasn't good. Like I didn't felt good. So basically, going back to the ketogenic diet, that went well, but I just felt that I can't be asked to, prepare all the spinach and broccoli and cabbages and whatever. So what's the next step I can do? And that's when I found a video about Dr. Baker speaking about the carnivore diet with Joe Rogan. Because I listen to a lot of podcasts during my work, and I said, okay, that's what you need to do. Like, just eat meat and that's it. Next thing I did is went on Amazon and bought the book, read it. It's very straightforward. And then from then on, it's just, eating meat. But
wow. That's cool that you found him. A lot of people saw him on Joe Rogan, and that's really neat. Did you have any transitional issues, like going from your keto to carnivore?
The only thing was a bit worrying until I read about it. Is like I didn't go, as I would normally go to the toilet. Like on the keto, I was regular every day on the dot, 7 o'clock. It was my wake up call. And with carnivore, I usually go maybe 2-3 times a week, but I mean it's not constipation because I don't feel any pain or anything like that. And I was very curious how I would do. So just as I started, I ordered these blood tests, with your finger, and you send it away and they send back the results. So I've been doing that almost a year now, I think, the blood work, and so far everything is coming back, normal or slightly out of normal, but like nothing to be concerned about. Like my blood pressure is fine now. With the hay fever, I didn't take medication for that since I'm doing this. Like none. And I was really stuffed, and it was just horrible. Whoever has hay fever knows that it's a horrible condition all throughout summer. And my blood pressure is normal. I have loads of energy. I just literally can't. Now, because it's a lockdown here in the UK, I do like online classes, and I have kettlebells and whatever just to tire myself out, because otherwise I can't sleep. I have so much energy. And
did you ever take medication for your blood pressure?
No, I didn't want to go down that route because it seems like an unnecessary thing, because I knew that I was already fat, so why would I be medicated? Like, if I can crack, how to not be fat, then probably all these issues would go away in time. So, yeah.
So how long have you been carnivore?
I started in May 2018. Yeah. So
coming up on 3 years then, almost.
Yeah. But it's honestly nice, and we live in a rural part of the UK, so I can actually see the lambs that I'm buying from the farmers. So they live the best life, and I'm not wasting any part of it. So
that's great. So how does a day of eating look like for you? Is it like 1 meal, 2 meals? Do you intermittent fast or do any fasting?
I do fasting, yes. I've been doing that since 2 years ago. I think I started with 16.8 and then went up to 24. And from this December, it's not every day, but I'm trying to do on weekdays. I do alternate day fasting. So one day I eat, the one day I don't. And on the days I eat, I usually eat 2 meals a day. Like in the around 10, 11-ish, because I don't get hungry until then.
Mm-hmm.
I eat probably like 2 ribeye steaks with a bit of blue cheese, or a large omelette with some kind of bacon or something like that.
Yum, that sounds good. So do you?
Yeah, and
Yeah, go ahead.
then up around 6, 7 o'clock, I probably, if I ate ribeyes in the morning, I just eat 3, 4, 5 eggs, and that's it. So it's fairly simple. It's a no-brainer, really. I spend like half an hour in the kitchen every day.
Yeah. Did
Not
you
even that.
do you include dairy and fish? Do you include any of those, or organ meats?
Yeah, I eat organs. I do like a good kidney or heart or liver. Liver is nice. I experimented eating it raw, but it's just I can't get the fresh one, and the frozen one doesn't taste the same as the fresh one. So
Did your taste change over the years that you've done carnivore? The couple of years, did you ever like?
yes, I'm very sensitive to sweet things. Like even I mean, I occasionally eat fruits that are in season. Like for example, this autumn we had an apple tree, so it had apples on it, but I just find it. I mean, it's too sweet, and it's a sour kind of apple, so it's like even 90% dark chocolate is sweet tasting to me now. So, and I do occasionally drink alcohol because it's I mean, I firmly believe in the 80-20 rule. So if you do 80% of the hard work, that 20%, like misbehavior it doesn't really affect you. I mean, at least it doesn't affected me.
Right. Yeah, you're quite young, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I keep saying in my gym to the PTs, that when I say, okay, I eat all meat, and they come back that, oh, that can't be healthy, and I said, you could eat anything, you're like 23.
Yeah.
Let's have this conversation when you're 40.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I know you're a coach at MeatRx, and can you give me some of your coaching strategy and what your plans are like, and do you help other people currently with carnivore at all?
Currently, I mean, just family members. I keep hammering them that you need to eat meat, even if you eat vegetables with it. First, eat your meat, and then whatever you do is fine by me. But I mean, my coaching strategy would be that it's you really have to get into a mind space where you can really just look the other way, because we are bombarded with sensations and products and everything all day, every day, and the sweetest things are out, and you can see them, and you can it's honestly ridiculous. Like even if you go to the shops, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 aisles is basically rubbish. Like it's synthetic stuff, and it's important to know that people actually work to get you addicted on these substances. It's not like, oh, someone just stumbled upon some Mars recipe. It's like a really, really thought out process how to get you buy more and more and more and more. And I mean, with the meats, because I really liked chocolates and pastries and all that. And since I started the carnivore, I don't have cravings. Like literally, my wife sometimes eats a bit of chocolate, eats a bit of cheesecake, whatever, and I'm like, I'll just boil an egg. That's fine by me. And it's consciously you have to know that these things are not good for you. Like you really have to be aware and in the moment all the time, not to get tricked.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's like there's hardly any nutrition in any of the foods that you find in the middle of the store. You have to go around the outside of the store where the meat is and the dairy and stuff to get some nutrition. And yeah, you're so right. We get deceived all the time about the food we eat.
Yeah, and also, with the philosophy side of it, like you have to respect and love yourself, because otherwise no one else would take care of you. You're responsible for your well-being, and especially if you have family, you have kids, you have older parents, like if you can't really function without 3, 4, 5, 6 whatever medicines you take in the morning, then how are you going to take care of those people? Like, I don't know.
Right.
It must be really, really hard for someone with diabetes or a heart condition or whatever to actually, be helpful to other people.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. That's so true. And so can I ask you, what would you tell someone who's trying to decide whether the carnivore diet is right for them? What would you tell them?
I would tell them straight away, cold turkey. Like, go in and see what happens in a month, and you'll probably be a believer, because anyone I know who tried it, they had very, very good results.
I agree.
And it's like your mind explodes, like, wow, I can do this and I can do that, and I don't need to eat like 5, 6 times a day, but as a community really need to fight the dogma of nutrition that it's prevalent in our culture. Because when I tell someone that there are days when I don't want to eat, not that I don't need to, or just because I'm not hungry and I don't eat, they look at me like I'm crazy or something.
Yeah.
And
right.
And I don't want to be, sometimes I do want to be rude, because sometimes people with 30, 25, 20 kilos overweight just walk up to me and they say that it can't be healthy what you're doing, and I'm like, have you looked in the mirror by any chance? But I don't do that, because it's a process, and I was there. It's a very low place, and you don't have any self-esteem, but it shouldn't be like that, because fat is just a fact of life. It's not like you're an idiot or something. It's just you don't know something. You don't have the knowledge to change, and even if they give you any pointers, they give you the wrong things. Because honestly, I tried many diets, like 60-day shreds and 2-week transformations and whatever, and it doesn't work. Plain and simple. You can lose weight on any diet. I lost weight on any diet, but I gained it back and then some. And that's why I keep telling people on the World Carnivore Group that it's not a diet. Like, I really do like languages, diet. It has die in it, like literally die. And if you want to, get health, for example, like that has heal in it. Like, so it's I don't think this is a coincidence that we have language, and if we actually look at what it means, it tells you that it's good or not good.
True. Yeah. And it's so nice that when you finally find a lifestyle that will sustain you, where you're not hungry, where you can get your body healthy again. It's incredible. And that's why we talk about it. That's why we love sharing our stories. And I thank you so much for sharing your story. I think you've had great healing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's been an ongoing process. I don't think I will ever be finished with it, to be honest. But that's the beauty of it. It's not like, okay, everything is done and dusted and we can move on to other things. Like self-care is really for life, and people should really get that. Like it's not 30 days, it's not 15 days, it's an ongoing, forever changing and evolving process. So I can't say that I'm going to be full carnivore all the time. So, but it works for me, and I look healthier and I look younger. I don't have the health issues I used to have. So
right.
something must be working.
Right. True. Yeah, and I know I have a passion for helping people with this, and because I know that we get deceived, even from the diet community where you drink this shake and all this stuff, because
yeah, and the thing is, it works. You can drink it, and it would work for a period of time. But what's beyond that? Like you keep buying smaller clothes and you keep replacing them with bigger ones, and I changed my wardrobe many times.
right.
So it's
I totally understand that. Well, thank you, Botond. Thank you for coming and sharing your story, and I know it'll help many people. And I hope to see you soon, especially on the coaching board. And
yeah, I'm hoping to be there soon.
Yeah, at Meet RX. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's a nice community, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Everyone's very helpful.
Oh, good.
And you can see the best pictures about meat.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Some people are, yeah, some of us are really put effort into, presenting a simple dish like just a sirloin.
Yeah.
Which is very, very fascinating to me.
Yeah. We have the best food. It's so good.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.